A House divided, Trump's accusations and Zelensky's response. The political landscape is no stranger to controversy, but recent events involving former U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky have thrust a contentious relationship into the global spotlight. Trump, known for his pointed rhetoric, has leveled serious accusations against Zelensky, calling into question his legitimacy as a democratic leader. These accusations, fraught with implications for U.S. Ukraine relations and the ongoing war with Russia, have ignited a firestorm of debate and dissent, particularly within the Republican Party itself. Trump's accusations, primarily voiced on his social media platform Truth Social, paint a picture of Zelensky as a dictator who rigged his election and is misleading the American people about the realities of the war in Ukraine. He has gone so far as to claim that Zelensky is intentionally prolonging the conflict, costing American taxpayers billions of dollars in aid, all while enriching himself and his allies. These inflammatory statements have been met with a mix of outrage and disbelief, prompting a swift and pointed response from Zelensky himself. Zelensky, for his part, has vehemently denied Trump's accusations, suggesting that the former president is operating within a Russian disinformation space designed to sow discord and undermine international support for Ukraine. He has pointed to his landslide victory in the 2019 Ukrainian presidential election as evidence of his democratic legitimacy and the overwhelming support he enjoys from the Ukrainian people. This public back and forth has exposed a deep rift in the already complex relationship between the two leaders and raised serious concerns about the future of U.S.-Ukraine relations. The heart of the matter lies in Trump's allegations that Zelensky is a dictator who has illegitimately held on to power. These claims, however, stand in stark contrast to the reality of Zelensky's rise to power. The People's Choice, Zelensky's rise to power and continued support. Zelensky's journey to the presidency is one that has been well documented and widely celebrated as a victory for democracy. A former comedian and actor with no prior political experience, Zelensky captured the hearts and minds of the Ukrainian people with his message of change, anti-corruption, and a desire to end the conflict in eastern Ukraine. His landslide victory in the 2019 presidential election, where he secured over 73% of the vote, stands as a testament to the overwhelming support he garnered from the Ukrainian people. This resounding mandate from the Ukrainian populace was a clear rejection of the old guard and a resounding endorsement of Zelensky's vision for a more democratic and prosperous Ukraine. His victory was hailed by international observers as free and fair, further solidifying his legitimacy as a democratically elected leader. To suggest otherwise, as Trump has done, is to disregard the will of the Ukrainian people and the democratic principles upon which their nation stands. Furthermore, despite the immense pressure and challenges of leading a nation at war, Zelensky's approval ratings have remained remarkably high. Recent polls indicate that a significant majority of Ukrainians continue to trust and support his leadership, seeing him as a beacon of strength and resilience in the face of Russian aggression. This unwavering support from his people speaks volumes about his ability to connect with and represent the aspirations of the Ukrainian people, even in the most trying of times. Despite the clear evidence of Zelensky's democratic legitimacy and the unwavering support he enjoys from his people, Trump's accusations have not gone unchallenged, particularly within his own party. A Republican rebuked dissent within the ranks. Trump's inflammatory remarks about Zelensky have sparked a wave of criticism and dissent, not just from Democrats but also from within his own Republican Party. Prominent Republican figures, including Senators Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Tom Tillis, have publicly voiced their disagreement with Trump's characterization of Zelensky and the causes of the war in Ukraine. This internal pushback highlights the growing divide within the Republican Party on issues related to foreign policy and U.S. support for Ukraine. Former Vice President Mike Pence, once a staunch ally of Trump, has also broken ranks with the former president on the issue of Ukraine. Pence has vehemently refuted Trump's claim that Ukraine instigated the war with Russia, emphasizing that the conflict was a result of Russia's unprovoked and unjustified invasion. This public rebuke from a figure once so closely aligned with Trump carries significant weight and underscores the deep divisions within the Republican Party on how to approach the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. This internal dissent within the Republican Party poses a significant challenge to Trump's efforts to sway public opinion on Ukraine and undermine support for Zelensky. The fact that prominent members of his own party are willing to publicly challenge his narrative suggests that his influence within the Republican base may be waning, particularly on issues related to foreign policy and national security. The controversy surrounding Trump's accusations against Zelensky cannot be viewed in isolation. The wider war implications for international relations and Ukrainian politics. The ongoing war in Ukraine serves as a critical backdrop to the unfolding drama between Trump and Zelensky. Trump's assertions, particularly his claims about Zelensky's leadership and the causes of the war, align with Russian propaganda efforts to discredit Ukraine and undermine international support for its defense. This convergence of messaging raises concerns about the potential influence of Russian disinformation campaigns and their ability to exploit existing political divisions within the United States. The timing of Trump's accusations, coinciding with U.S.-Russia talks aimed at finding a peaceful resolution to the conflict, further complicates the situation. His inflammatory rhetoric threatens to undermine these diplomatic efforts and sow distrust between the United States and its Western allies, who have been steadfast in their support of Ukraine. This discord within the international community plays directly into the hands of Russia, which seeks to weaken the resolve of the Western alliance and advance its own geopolitical interests in the region. Moreover, Trump's attacks on Zelensky risk exacerbating political tensions within Ukraine at a time when unity and stability are paramount. By giving credence to Russian propaganda and casting doubt on Zelensky's leadership, Trump's words could embolden pro-Russian factions within Ukraine and undermine the country's efforts to present a united front against Russian aggression. This internal division could further destabilize the region and complicate efforts to find a lasting and peaceful resolution to the conflict. The controversy surrounding Trump and Zelensky is not merely a war of words, but a reflection of the complex geopolitical realities and the high stakes involved in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine.